mount fell off while I was trying to set up the camera. So I started this up because I wanted to show you guys this real quick. I was driving in the snow. You could not see this road at all. It was just solid white, couple inches of snow one night, and a car tailgating me, and I was doing about 30 miles per hour. I'll try to do those calculations and put them in the description to translate that to kilometers. But anyway, I was doing 30 miles per hour and maybe at the most, maybe 25, something like that. I was going slow because it was really slippery, really bad conditions. And this person would just not stop. Like, they would not get off my tail, right? So now, keeping in mind the road is slippery, now right up here is a hill, a really big hill, kind of. I mean, it's in the ice and the snow, it can be very dangerous. And so I was, trying to figure out what I should do because I didn't want this person rear-ending me, and I wasn't going to speed up for their sake. That's just stupid. Then there's two of us crashing. So down here, we're on the hill now. We're just about to start the descent. I don't know how well the video shows it, but we're on the descent right now. Now keep in mind, it's white, solid white from side to side. So I used the signs as a guideline. I got in this right turn lane right here. To the right here, there's a right turn lane. Got pulled over very gently and slowly. Car passed me. I got back over. A few seconds later, I saw headlights bouncing. I just saw bouncing headlights. And then I got down to right about, where is it, here? Or no, maybe it was a little bit further. Okay, yeah, it was just a little bit further. So right down here, it was right past this sign. You're probably not going to be able to see it, but there's like a rock wall on the right-hand side of the road right here. Right to our right, there's a ditch, and then there's like a rock wall. And they were down there in the ditch, and it's not a steep ditch, but again, lots of snow on the ground. They were stuck, and I was gonna stop to make sure they were okay because, even though I was kind of laughing inside, like, haha, that's what you get for driving stupid, because they literally were tailgating me, and then I'm like, I pulled over so they could just go as fast as they want, and then because of their speed, they lost control, they went in the ditch. But I'm not the kind of person that's just gonna like, haha, you screwed up, I wanted to stop and help. However, there was nothing I could do to pull them out, but I was going to stop just to make sure they were okay, but I couldn't because they were rocking that car back and forth. They were trying so hard to get it out, so I knew that they were like fine. I knew that they weren't injured or anything, so I was like, fine, I'll just keep going. And so I did. So again, there wouldn't have been much I could do to help, and pretty much everyone has a cell phone these days, so if they needed a truck or something, they could have called. I don't know, maybe I could have offered. But again, I also didn't want them to think that I was coming up to laugh in their face. I didn't want them to think that I was, going to be mean to them or something just because they passed me like that. People are going to do what they do. It's not for me to judge, and even if that little part of me wanted to say, haha, you messed up, it's not right of me to do it to their face. It's just not how I roll. It's just not nice. So, anyway, I didn't. But, I also didn't want them thinking that I was going to do something mean to them or whatever either. So, I just went about my, oh gosh, that was bright. Went about my merry way. That was a crazy night. But I wanted to turn on the camera to show you guys that because it was kind of a cool story. And it just happened to be that I was going past the spot where it happened. So I'm like, ooh, gotta tell the world because content, right? So anyway, that's it for now, I think. I don't know what else to say. I forgot, I was actually thinking about showing you guys under the hood at the gas station, but I completely forgot. So I'll have to do that. And actually, I might wait till tomorrow when it's daytime, so I have like a lot of light. But maybe I won't. Maybe I'll do it tonight. Maybe I don't. Maybe the light around my home will work just fine. I don't know. But the gas station light would have been plenty good enough too. But I didn't think about it. So here we are. So, anywho. minutes and 15 seconds. I suppose if I just keep recording, it'll go to about 12 to 13 minutes, I think, if I go all the way home with it. So yeah, maybe we'll do that. Now we slow down to 45, or because it's me, 40, because I always come into town a little slower because it's Stoughton and they don't have anything better to do, because this town doesn't have a lot of crime. There's just not much of anything going on. It has grown significantly in the last 10 years. It's definitely twice the size it was when I moved to Madison, but it's still not huge. And they actually had to rebuild a few years ago, or I guess it was 2008, I think. Don't quote me on that, but I think it was 2008. An F5 tornado came through here, and that day I was helping somebody move, and so I was with them in their vehicle, and we were in Cottage Grove, which is a little ways north of us. We're going southbound right now, so the opposite direction. But you can see the skies for like miles and miles. And so I saw the storm clouds. The radio was going crazy with all the warnings. There were tornado sirens going off, like in Madison and all the surrounding communities, because there was other smaller tornadoes that day that nobody remembers because that F5 took the headlines. It came through Stoughton. I want to say it was like 2-mile path, half a mile wide, 2-mile long path, and it just destroyed everything in its path. Everything. Houses, businesses, like anything and everything in that path was flat. Trees were ripped from the ground. Those things are deeply rooted, so that takes a lot of power, guys, like a lot. That was a bad twister that day. So anyway, they take their tornadoes very seriously now. Ever since then, they are so paranoid during tornado season. Like, everyone takes cover. There's nobody out there going, oh, I want to see the storm, because that's what a lot of people do during storms. They're like, I'm far enough away, I'll go take a look. But around here, I don't know if anybody is like that. I think most people are pretty much like, I'm going inside. I saw what happened in 2008. I'm not, no. So it's pretty big, serious business around here when tornado season comes around. And actually, I think it is tornado season, or soon it will be. Pretty sure. But yeah, and a lot of businesses have well, I don't know if I want to use the word excessive, because I don't think when it comes to that stuff there's any such thing as excessive when it comes to safety. But they do take it a lot more seriously than a lot of other places when it comes to drills. They don't just, or I should say, warnings. So like a lot of businesses, tornado sirens are going off, we're under a warning, everyone takes cover. That's standard procedure anywhere. But in the case of the place where I used to work down here, they actually had drills. Like, nobody I ever worked for in my life had drills. I think we had tornado drills in high school, but none of the places I ever worked did. Like, when the tornado sirens go off on the first Wednesday of every month, then they're just testing the sirens, and some people use it as an opportunity to practice, but most people don't. Down here in Stoughton, a lot of people do, but I personally don't, because if there's no actual tornado, then I just don't. I never know where I'm gonna be, and quite frankly, I've been close to a tornado, and actually closer, much closer than I realized one night. I don't remember how long ago it was, probably about 5-10 years ago. Been a while, but I know there was a tornado nearby. There were tornadoes, and like, they were spotted, they were on the news, everything was going down, but it was nighttime, and at nighttime you really can't see those things at all. I went outside, standing on my porch, I could see the lightning. I saw clouds when the lightning struck, but I didn't realize that they were actually not just clouds. I think I actually saw a tornado, but I didn't realize it was a tornado at the time. I realized it the next day when daylight was in place, and I went and checked out, and I heard the news, like an actual tornado came through this neighborhood, and it was right across the street from my neighborhood. I mean, they're all kind of one big neighborhood, but it was basically on a different part of my neighborhood. And so I was very, very fortunate not to get taken up in that. And so yeah, that was a crazy night. The wind wasn't even that strong, really. It was kind of strong, but not as strong as I would expect from a tornado, though. But that's probably because it was a small tornado. I want to say it was an EF1. It was either a 1 or a 2, but I think it was a 1. It basically went through. Nobody got hurt because everyone did the right stuff. It did a lot of damage to people's roofs, and that's basically it. It did take out some like tree branches and stuff, but not any whole trees that I'm aware of. So that one was fun. The other time tornado went through in Madison, we went and checked out damage. I happened to have a chain in my vehicle at the time, and there was a whole big tree blocking an entire intersection. And so I went up there. The cops were already there blocking it, and I stopped the car in front of it, and I was going to get my chain out because, I mean, it was a big tree, but I knew my car had the power to pull it. I just had to hook up the chain. And I told the cop that I would just pull it out of the way so that people could get through, and he said, no, you're not allowed to. You got to let the pros come and do it. And I'm like, dude, I'm just trying to help, man. Like, they've got a lot of other stuff to do they not? So anyway, I wasn't going to sit and argue with the guy because arguing with cops doesn't usually end well for anyone. So I just let him have his power moment, I guess. But maybe legally he couldn't allow me to. I don't know. I don't know the laws on that stuff. I know a lot of laws, but I don't know that law. That's kind of an obscure law, I think. One that no one ever thinks of. Are you allowed to grab a tree after a tornado and pull it out of the road? I don't know. Anyway, so 12:37 is the time on the thing right now. I said it'd be about 12-13 minutes. I called it right on the nose. Pulling into home here in a second. So anyway, I'm gonna call that it for the evening, and I will either tonight or tomorrow I'll have to video the what do you call it, under the hood, so you can see what the brake line looks like now. Remember to take care of your pets. They will take care of you. Have a good night, y'all.